just an amazing knockout from a guy who was very close to being knocked out himself. It was brilliant. I stood up. It was amazing. Still to this day, I regard it as one of my favourite knockouts. There's also been other noticeable legends in the heavyweight division. You've got Mikko Krokop, absolute legend, one of the best head kickers in the world. Watch any of Mikko Krokop fights when he was in Pride as well, when he was fighting in Japan. The guy was a machine in his day. Then there's people like current people like Todd Duffy, who holds one of the fastest knockouts in UFC. Another up-and-coming guy is Sean the Savage Jordan, a great fighter. He's a massive guy, 260 pounds. He does backflips and stuff, but great, deadly man. That's also like the Super Samoan Mark Hunt. I've mentioned him before. The spectacle of Mark Hunt is brilliant because Mark Hunt's career was virtually over. They said he was never going to fight again. Mark Hunt is a former world-beating kickboxer. The man has got skills. The man has got heart. He's an Australian. He's 41 years old. He made a comeback in his late 30s. So watch his fights. They're so exciting. You've then got people like Ben Rothwell, who's recently done some weird-ass promo after the fight. But the man is dangerous, So they're all finding their niche, these new guys. But what a division the heavyweight division is. Alistair Overeem's in there, former K1 kickboxing champion. Matt Matrione, who was a guy that was on an Ultimate Fighter, former NFL footballer, super athlete again. Just the heavyweight division is a stacked division and one that you should be very excited to watch. Just because you never know what is going to happen with the heavyweight division. It's very exciting and a complete spectacle. And that's what these guys are. They are superstars. And if you're the champ, you are the baddest man on the planet. So Fabricio Verdum, currently, you are the baddest man on the planet. So there's my little roundup of the heavyweight division in the UFC. Like I said, it's not massively in depth. I'm not a journalist. I'm going to keep saying this. I am just a fan who wants other new fans to get some little bit of information, the things they need to know about the UFC, from me, Aaron Blanchard, the podcast and answer. So I hope that's given you a little snippet into the heavyweight division. A great division, the longest running division. These guys are nuts. So thanks again for listening. This is episode 4 of Fight Camp. So next week we're going to go down the division step by step. So next week is the next division. This is the light heavyweight division. So this is the 205 division. It's going to be great. This is one of the most exciting divisions there's ever been, just because of the star power and the quality that have been in this division. So next week, join us for chats. And Randy Couture will be talked about again. We're going to mention one of my favourite absolute fighters of all time, the Hall of Famer, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Probably my favourite fighter ever. He's the guy that pulled me into the sport. Chuck Liddell's brilliant. Can't wait to talk about him next week. So thanks again. So if you've got any questions, please check me out on Twitter. It's @podcastenhancer. You can send me an email. It's podcastenhancer@gmail.com. There we go. That was professional. So also you can check out @podcasthurt on Twitter. Any messages, anything you need to get sent to me, send it to any of those three. It'll get to me somehow. Check me out on Carnage podcast on Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock, live on Spreaker Radio with my good friend Tony James, @TonyJamesComedy. Check him out on Twitter. Spreaker.com, iTunes, hook me up on all those things. Subscribe, download, do whatever you got to do. But join me next week for a next edition of Fight Camp and Octagon Education with me, Aaron Blanchard, the podcast enhancer. Have a really good week. It's late now. I'm recording this stupid o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to go to bed. I hope it's been okay. Have a great week. Speak to you soon. Bye.